What about the earth?
That's a very big problem.
What we are giving back, we have to pay back.
That's so true.
The earth is burning now. So
Half of the people don't even realize that Earth is burning. What are we doing? More than half of the glaciers there do not qualify to be a glacier. Very small steps can make a very big difference.
So it is like, see, we are paying the room rents and we are paying the salaries, or we are paying the employment or labor wages, or we are paying the workers. We are paying everything and we are using the things. That is very good. Of course, you are working, you are paying. That is good. So almost everything you are paying something, maybe in the money or in the effort, something you are paying and getting it back. So what about the earth we are using and we are living for your entire life? What we are giving back? And we are selling the land and we are using the land for commercial purpose, and it is okay, you use it. So what the way, maybe if you don't have the way of returning back, so we are just pointing out the way that we need to help, or you can help us together for the earth. So I will say
Right,
we have to pay something, we have to pay back for earth also.
right.
What do you
Very
say
true.
in this aspect? And especially the contest is, it's very it's like burning now. The earth is burning now. So
That's so true. And that's like one of my favorite things to talk about.
yeah, yeah,
We have done I think that give and take thing that you're talking about, it's very true, and we have done so much damage already to the earth, and it's like things are going to the point of no return, right? So now what we can do, I personally feel the way we can give back.
yeah,
First of all, we need to, I think one thing is, first of all, we need to know that why do we need to give back, right? Half of the people don't even realize that Earth is burning.
true, true.
That's a very big problem, and the rest half which realizes, they are not sure what to do. So it's such a weird situation. So first of all, I think for that percentage of people, um, I think
Yeah.
I got stuck.
No, no, no. Go on, go on.
Okay. Yeah, I think for that percentage of people who think that we don't have to pay back or nothing wrong is happening, please go and visit all the fragile environments which are nearby you. That's my personal take, and I'm saying this because last year, luckily, I had the opportunity to visit this national park close to our place. It's called Glacier National Park,
Oh,
uh, and that park is like the name. It has the name Glacier. Okay, so imagine the number of glaciers which are there. It's known for glaciers.
yeah.
Currently, more than half of the glaciers there do not qualify to be a glacier because they do not have the ice left, and it's so heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking. We went there, and there were there like 30 years ago people could walk on one of the glaciers. That there used to be a hike where the guides would just take them for a hike on the glacier itself. Right now it has turned mostly into the lake, and there is no, like, they take only up to a certain point. You cannot walk on the glacier. It's so heartbreaking, dude. I mean, and then they are saying like maybe next 10 years or next 15 years, even what you're seeing right now won't be left. So, like, what are we doing?
See,
Just
I
go
think,
to the,
yeah, I think you can use this information also. Even I wanted to show. See this slide. So it shows that I mean, what we are pointing out. There is a good time about 2006 and 9, and that year the search, or these are the search terms in the internet. So the search, the peak you can see, it is very high about 2007 and 8. That is very good. Something we started doing. But
yeah,
now after that there is no peak or not even increasing. It's about declining the search or the response.
true.
So
Very, very true.
these terms you
That's
can
very true.
countries also, no, I just highlighted the top countries which are doing something. So
Hmm.
countries, we don't know. They are also producing so much of this carbon footprint, and they are damaging the earth crust, the layer.
That's true. That's very true. And you know what? When this COVID situation started, the whole pandemic thing started, at first we thought that the earth is reclaiming itself, because there were so many good things happening around the planet just when it started. The animals were going back to their native places, and there were good things happening, and we thought, okay, now since the people are at inside homes, good
Yeah.
things are happening, the carbon footprint is reducing. But that didn't happen, like, because of COVID. So there is one thing that really I am really affected by, that makes me very angry, is the plastic pollution personally.
Oh,
So
true. Yeah.
and it is somehow the other also related to global warming, because the process of retrieving plastics, and then the process of recycling, actually most of it doesn't even get recycled. The process of its degradation in the environment, it all adds up to releasing a lot of greenhouse gases, and it's not good. Okay, so when all this pandemic situation started, the increase in the use of plastic was, I think, drastic, because people were like, they wanted to use everything which is use and throw, and
True.
that just broke my heart so bad. So like, for me personally, I am trying to, like, reduce the plastic in my life.
Oh,
And that's what I try to tell other people also, like, try to reduce waste. That's the first R, reduce, reuse, recycle. So try to reduce first, then reuse, and then think about recycle, which most of the time doesn't even happen.
yeah,
So, which is
true,
the
true.
reality.
Key pointer.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Basically, we
So,
have technology now. I think we can reduce the dependence on the plastics. Like we are reducing the dependency on the direct interaction with the digital platform. Likewise, there are solutions we can consider really.
there are solutions. There are solutions which are I don't think yet being used by the Western world.
True.
Like, the reliance of Western world on plastic is extremely high, and it's a very sad situation. I am very proud of India, that India is actually taking a lot of measures. There are a lot of companies which are coming up. Companies are thinking about sustainability more, like uh, like they are thinking about it basically, but in the Western world, I don't know how much they are thinking about this.
No, but
So
the good part I come across is that they are making a right policies. I hope maybe they are taking little time, but it are reacting. But it's not sufficient. I think, like I said, you lived for this long, and we have to pay back. So it's your rental time. You have to pay your rent now.
yeah, yeah. Otherwise, what will you give to your children? I mean, we are already seeing so many effects. So,
True, true.
like, what are we leaving for our children? It's so hard to imagine, that like, the Earth few years from now might not be what it is, and it's already not what it was, few years ago. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
it
we
is like.
jokingly, like,
See, it is like
sorry,
12,000 years, the rate of increment or the recent decade, the increment is almost equal. So you can imagine it is somewhere.
exactly, exactly. Yeah,
So,
and you know what? Like, we jokingly say a lot of times that, we should visit Maldives before it gets submerged. It's a fun thing, like, in 20 years it will get submerged, so let's just visit it. But it's so sad at the same time. One country is gonna get submerged, because of the
that
sea
is
level
like this
rising.
thing, no, that is like when there is some accident, people will take selfies nowadays because of this
Yeah,
accident. So,
yeah,
thinking we will visit before it destroys. So, instead of thinking,
yeah.
we protect it.
Exactly, exactly. So it's the damage is happening, and then, there are so many reports that keep coming up that Antarctic shelf, it broke. There was one, I think, a few months ago, there was this news that one huge Antarctic shelf, it just got separated
Yeah.
from its main ice shelf. So it's sad. It's just that's the only word we can say. It's sad, and
No,
you
there is no.
need to
There is,
realize.
no. There is no option to say sad. How to pay your rent? So I will say you don't have
Yeah,
to think and act. Whatever you can do. That's what I'll say to
exactly.
unity now.
Exactly, exactly. And in addition to that, one more thing I would say there is, don't think that how would just my contributions, help in paying back that rent. You know, your single contributions would also make a lot of difference. Because this is one thing that a lot of time people say, like, how come just me doing things, good things, would help the planet. You don't just start doing. Maybe looking at you, 10 more people will do, right? You do it, you will probably influence your family, your closest circle of friends, then they will influence. That's how the chain grows. So
Yeah.
just start somewhere, you know
Yeah,
that's
another
that's
sad observation during my lockdown period. So,
Hmm.
each tree, if you know the basic some observation, one tree can absorb 1 ton of carbon footprint. That is
Hmm.
a good number, but I think there are various opportunities of, so they feel like it's opportunity for them to cut the trees and use it in burning of the things and even coal burning, all this stuff. They're finding ways to burn and use the application, but they're not thinking of planting trees. So you can use, but balance it, right? At least
Yeah,
whatever you are destroying.
exactly.
Like this
That's
Amazon
very
forest
true.
burning, you come across, right? Recent news.
Yeah, that's again, it's such
Damage.
a sad news. All of
Yeah.
these things, they are heartbreaking,
Okay.
very, very heartbreaking. So,
And also this, I don't know whether you are aware of not. There are some countries like Chile,
hmm,
right? Fiji, yeah, Fiji or Chile, not Chile,
hmm,
sorry, Fiji, I think. So it's like the country is half the land they are dependent on. When the water goes out, the flight will come. When the water comes in the evening or afternoon, the flights won't be traveling. Now itself, it's like this. After few years or maybe another decade, it's like they won't have any way to get the transport of through flight, or the land will be submerged. All the coastal areas. Some countries will be completely devastated, including the countries
exactly,
loss.
exactly. That's very true.
That is,
Very, 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 very true. Yeah, I think it's really high time that we realize this and just start taking small steps. Very small steps can make a very big difference.
yeah. By the way, I think I have to tell this story. This is my personal experience during my ninth standard or eighth standard. Yeah, ninth standard. So that time, we have seen the graph now during 2007 and 9. That is peak is very high. That search terms, global warming is very high. So that time, whatever we have any occasions or scientific fairs, we will say like, what is the problem we can propose? What is the things we can do? So we'll say that global warming. We know, you know what this thing. We proposed a house, which is a greenhouse we call, and we got award in the mandal level. I felt, oh God, it's very good. And by the time we are becoming elders, we can see these things in the real. Like that, they appreciate it. Anyway,
Yeah.
cool thing, leave it apart. So you may think it is only for encouraging. That is good. But this story is like we have seen in this one of the IIT, the top IIT. They have presented the house design, which is less carbon footprint in the Europe and
Hmm.
where Western. They got worldwide
Hmm.
prize also. That is very good. During 2014, this happened. Uh,
Hmm.
I was
Hmm.
supposed to have some workshop in that particular IIT. So it is like,
Hmm.
see, that time it's already 6 years over. So I'm just pointing out like where it is happening, the research they have done, they produced the solutions, where it is coming into action. Still
Right.
following the same things, right?
Right. Right. I think maybe that's somewhere like the governments need to be more proactive. In creating that awareness amongst people, and then governments also need to take that thing seriously, environment
Actually,
seriously.
this one I have
Yeah.
tagged with one of the collector. I think I didn't get
Huh.
any response. Maybe they didn't see.
Hmm.
It's like the school education. At least to my schooling and my senior schooling, some 30 years, there was a
Hmm.
course called environment mandatory course, and we have to plant trees and we have to protect it. Now
Hmm.
I hardly see students are doing that. I mean, the action or the plan of the seeds during the childhood it stopped, and
Yeah.
there are some more things like in the self-help groups. If you come across self
Hmm.
groups,
SHGs. Yeah.
yeah. So through them, they're saying that you have to plant a tree and you have to maintain this tree for like that. They're forcing them. So the impact of the crowd is limited now. I wish the school thing should continue and the elders thing should also start, and along with the technical experts or the this engineering or the other higher education students, we can all involve along with the community
Right.
help.
Right. That's very right. Hmm. Okay. Can you hear me, Murgesh?
Yeah, I lost.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now it's fine. I don't know. Somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. I think yeah something happened. The
Yeah,
connection was.
I'm just pointing out these possible solutions only. So I think some or the other way it has to. Even I feel privileged to make this particular video about global warming. Like somehow we are putting our 1% of efforts at least to make some people
Yeah.
think about this issue.
Yeah. True. Yeah. I think that's a really good effort actually.
Yeah, and you rightly pointed out the nice observations. Even another girl who was working in one of the MNC, my senior, she was also like closely supporting this plastic. We have to avoid the plastic and we have to come out of the plastic usage.
Yeah.
We are planning to showcase the ideas if we can. That I don't know to come into picture. Like there are some
Hmm.
ways or some people are working on this particular problem.
Hmm. That's really nice. I think yeah, as individuals, try to do good things. Like try to minimize your usage of things, and also try to influence at least your friends or people around you if possible. It's very
I,
hard.
this thing, what I
Yeah.
saw, this girl, she literally stops at home. Like, if there is some plastic at home, she will not allow them to cook and eat. You know, the story. I surprised.
Yeah.
Like, she literally influenced her entire family to not to use the plastic. If you get the plastic,
Yeah. That's really nice.
away.
Hmm. That's actually very nice. Yeah. Actually, it's at one point when you're trying to influence people, influence as in like trying to convince people. At one point, some people are like, "No, I don't want to understand. You cannot put much effort." But then, if you can, if you can convince them through your actions, that's really good. But
Yeah.
at least you should yourself be careful. So, and there are so many things, there are so many things you can do. So, actually, one thing I would like to mention that I am actually very proud of. So yeah, I think so. What I was talking about, like something that I am really proud of. So I was talking about this trip, right, that we did to Glacier National Park last year. It was
Yeah.
me and two more of my friends, and they are also very, environmentally conscious. So
Oh.
it was a good pack of people, three of us, we were conscious. So we tried to make it as green as we could on the trip. So, like, what we did, all three of us took two bottles each of our own water bottles. So, like, although it was a very physically strenuous trip because we were doing a lot of hiking every day, like, we were doing, in a span of like 5 or 6 days, we did around 34 to 35 miles of hiking.
Yeah.
But still, we didn't buy a single plastic bottle in the trip. With all like all three of us took two bottles each. We would refill it anywhere, and like people always, a lot of time people go to these tourist places and they are like, we don't want to drink the tap water or anything. And like that's the local water, dude, and especially the water near the glaciers. That's the best water you can get. So, um, so we like took our bottles. Then we took our lunch boxes also and our cutlery in the trip. So every morning, we would make in our lunch boxes our breakfast in the hotel room and take it for the trip. Like basically our main motive was, to try to reduce as much waste as we can and try to be um as green as possible. So I think those were I was like really proud of ourselves that we took those steps and didn't try to make much waste. So and then even the hotels that we went to, uh, like the hotels, they had a lot of times hotels provide these little shampoo bottles or soap bottles, right?
Yeah.
That's like too much of waste. They will replace it every day, and it's just so much of waste. So I mean, the hotel that we went to, they had squeeze bottles. I mean, they would refill those bottles.
That's
They were just attached, like the hand wash or the shampoo, whatever was attached, and you just take it from there. So I think, yeah, I was really proud of whatever we could do in our capabilities. So
uh,
yeah, that just I just wanted to mention,
Yeah, I think
that you can
that's
travel green.
a good thing. In the traveling time, even we had it's like we forced to do that. What you said, we forced to do
Hmm.
the two of the places. I think not two, many places in Japan when we went for sightseeing
Hmm.
my internship time. So we used to carry the
Hmm.
bottles and we used to get to the garbage or the papers, even the not only the plastic, all the other garbage
Hmm.
to carry till the room, and then we used to
Yeah.
throw it in one common place where they will try for.
Yeah.
Is
Right.
cycling it.
Right. Actually, I think in India we are already very environmentally conscious compared to these Western countries or first world countries. So, I mean, in India, I wouldn't have even thought of, buying so many plastic bottles. But here, the scenario is like people anywhere they go, anytime they go to some tourist place, they will buy this huge pack of plastic fire water bottles. Okay, there will be those little plastic bottles and you're just drinking, throwing. Oh my god, that's so much plastic. It doesn't even get recycled. So the reliance on plastic is so much here. So I think it's good to be green
Yeah,
in
on the
such
other side,
cases.
like the plastic recycling is in a good phase in some countries, and some countries, even in India. I had a conversation during our yatra, if you remember, with the chairman of Coca-Cola.
Hmm.
He
Oh
mentioned,
my god, Coca-Cola is like the Jagriti and Coca-Cola connection.
yeah, that
It
is
was
like
so funny.
controversial combination, right? Like,
Exactly. I was like, I haven't used so much plastic in 1 year or 2 years that you made me use in those 14 days.
14 days. That's true.
Oh God. Like, you just drinking water, throwing bottle, drinking water, throwing bottle. Oh God.
And he mentioned that in India they are not allowing them to reuse the bottles of recycled one. In that case, why they are using that much? They mentioned they can use for other applications, but other applications,
Hmm.
how much you can use? That is still again, it's not,
Hmm.
logical, or we can say it's not connecting.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel that India is still doing much more. Like, dude, if you see here in United States, I don't know if they're even doing any. They are doing recycling, but there are a lot of states which are not doing. Segregation is not done at an extent that it should be done. The segregation of waste and the amount of plastic which is recycled actually gets recycled is very less, and especially all those plastic bottles. I don't know if they even go here into recycling. And I read some article that a lot of waste that is generated in United States actually gets transported to Asian countries. The waste. And like you guys are generating waste and transporting it to
This
the like
is
those
something like
countries which are not
cinematic.
even generating.
You're referring
Hmm?
there in one of the cinema in Tollywood Telugu, like where they
Hmm.
mentioned Australia, like they're transporting to India some villain. So you're saying it's a true
Uh,
story. I think they might took this reference and they put in other countries maybe.
I think it's a true story. Like the waste gets transported, and You should read about that. There is this thing called the Great Pacific Patch. It's the
Yeah.
I don't. Do you know about it?
Somewhere I heard, but not more detail.
Okay. So the Great Pacific Patch, it's in the Pacific Ocean. It's the size of the Texas state.
Yeah, yeah,
Texas
yeah,
state is
come across this.
Texas is a really big state,
Yeah.
and it's a patch of plastic in Pacific Ocean, in the middle of Pacific Ocean. Oh, that's so sad. And then there was this one news that people found plastic bottle in Mariana Trench. How did that plastic bottle end in Mariana Trench?
God.
That's, I mean, the scale of plastic pollution is so much, and then all of these, like now, like now I'm trying to reduce plastic and trying to reuse. Now I'm also starting to look into all these cleaning agents and all of these, the cleaners and all that we use, because they are also not, especially all the ones which are made by all these big companies.
True.
All of these big companies like PNG or the PNG or Colgate or all of these Palmolive, all of these big companies think they are the worst when it comes to sustainability, and that's why they are the biggest companies. So and we use their products the most.
Yeah, I think
So PNG especially. Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and so now like I'm also like starting to look into plant-based cleaners, or which come in plant-based packaging or biodegradable packaging, because packaging is also another thing. I mean, you order anything from Amazon, okay, you will order this small thing, the box would be this big with those air-filled plastic bags.
True, true.
And the product won't even require that much of, I mean, there are some
See,
products that require those plastic
this,
bags, but yeah,
see this one. This is the inside cover. Above this, there is one more cover I have removed. See what is there inside.
exactly.
What is
Yeah,
inside? I received yesterday. This one.
yeah. There will be one small little thing.
See, one,
Exactly.
one
Just,
thing.
yeah, they're spending, I mean, they're doing so much of packaging unnecessarily. Actually, I think it's more like a plastic mafia. Plastic industry is so hard to replace right now. So, and you end up spending more for non-plastic options. I understand it's a luxury. Not everybody can afford it, but if you can afford it, please go for it. Please go for plant-based product, and please try to avoid use and throw things. Even if you're going for plastic products, non-plastic products, like nowadays there are those compostable glasses that you
True.
get.
That is yeah.
Hmm.
Vulnerable.
So yeah, so it's definitely better than the plastic glasses, okay, or the paper-based glasses, but it's still waste. You are generating waste. There were some processes that were involved in generating those things. There will be some processes that will be involved in decomposing those things. And for decomposing any compostable waste, it will go to the landfill, right? And from the landfill, the methane is generated, which is a greenhouse gas. So, I mean, it's basically anything you use, it has some impact. Anything you do has you leave some footprint. So go, like if you want to like take coffee, not in this COVID scenario maybe, but otherwise just take your own glass maybe, or if you're going somewhere, always take your water bottle. Why do you want to take water from somewhere else, or take in a glass? So,
I
if
think
possible.
foldable glasses I have used in one of the camping site in Japan. That is a
Hmm.
foldable and it will be with straw. We can take something like that and it can be cleaned and it can be reused. The plastic is thicker. It's not normal plastic.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's also good. Like as long as it's reusable,
Yeah.
good. But yeah, it's still better than the use and throw ones. But someday that plastic will go into the waste. So maybe like look for some other option. I
Yeah.
don't know.
But
But there are so many things that you can do, like so many things
true.
which can be done. But yeah, it involves cost. That there's a cost that comes with it. So if you can afford it, please go for it.
But
Another thing that, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no, no, no. Go on. It's
No. So another thing, like when it comes to shopping, for example,
yeah,
take your own bags. In COVID scenario, we have to avoid it because the supermarkets are not allowing our own bags. But if you can, please take your own bags. And another thing is, if possible, try to buy from bulk rather than the packaged ones. So, like here, we have Whole Foods here. And Whole Foods is comparatively much greener of a supermarket chain than any other ones. That's what I feel personally. So a lot of things that they have, you can get them in bulk as well as in packet. So bulk as in like uh, you take your own jar or you take your own packet and you just fill it, take it from the bulk and then weigh it and take it like it used to happen earlier when we were in India. So that's I think a very good thing. So I before this COVID scenario, I tried to like I used to do that. Like I would try to take things from the bulk rather than buying the packaged ones. Or even for liquids, like they have butter machines. Like, so if you want any nut butter, like you want almond butter or you want peanut butter, they have those machines. You just roll it and you take your jar and you will get your butter filled in it.
yeah.
Instead of buying a separate plastic bottle of peanut butter, you just take your jar and fill it. So
True.
I really liked it, that concept.
Oh.
Hmm.
There are good number of solutions. One of the thing I would like to like it's not adding or something. I am happy for hearing this news. There is a research which is recently been highlighted in around few months back or maybe 6 months back in Australia along with another research group in Germany. They are able to find out the way to directly what we call convert the CO2 in air to uh,
Electricity.
fuel. Not, yeah, some sort of electricity or some fuel. It's like in a way, instead of producing new carbon, it's like circulating the CO2 in other forms, and then you are instead of reducing
Right.
to the some extent. I think that is still in budding stage. Fortunately, I'm also looking if I can do something in that line. I spoke to professors.
That's really good.
Probably it will be very good if that comes in a wide scale to across the countries.
Yeah, that's really nice.
I think
Yeah,
the necessity is a mother of invention. The people says no, the quotation.
yeah.
So when we say
Like
everyone, when they think that we have to pay some rent to the earth, what we are owning, from the years what we are living on, if they really think
hmm,
about it seriously, I think they will find some ways along with whatever we are discussing. There may be even better solutions that
hmm.
may be implementable across the areas.
Right. That's very right.
Yeah, I think I would like to end on this positive note. Is there any other
Yeah.
questions?
No.
Yeah,
I think it was very fun.
yeah. It's like one
Yeah.
side is our satisfaction. We are doing something. Other side, we have to at least we have to share the things or the observations to the people. At least from our
Hmm.
side.
Right.
Okay, thanks you, Gauri. I think I let you
Okay.
stop.